Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are here today for Transformation Tuesday. Who is ready for a transformation? Who's ready for a transformation? We're going to transform your minds this morning. My name is Bridget Brown Jackson. If you are watching it live, I would love for you to give me some feedback. Talk back to me, talk back to me, talk back to me. I'm a former educator, so people know. When you used to be in the classroom, there used to be a thing called call and response. The teacher would say something and you would respond back. When I became a principal, I still love call and response. I wanted my staff to respond back from when I was doing professional development. And so the same thing today applies. So talk back to me, talk back to me. If you happen to be watching this in replay, type in replay and engage again. If you are here, say good morning. I'll say good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, there you go. Look, I'm even actually putting it in there for y'all. There you go. See? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Again, this is Transformation Tuesday. Today, we're going to talk about stuff that you really should have known, but some of the stuff you might not have known. Unless you have a background in psychology, you're doing certain things yet. You might not know. So talk back to me, talk back to me, talk back to me. If you're watching on a platform and you did not put on permission to give StreamYard permission to show your comments, I don't know who you are. I just know it's going to say a comment from whatever platform you're watching on. I am putting this is across four platforms right now. And so, contact me if you can. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're gonna go, go over this real quick. We can move on out of your way. As I said, my name is Christopher Jackson. I am the extreme execution coach, certified by none other than Dr. Eric Thomas, PT, the hip hop preacher. Incredible, 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 incredible. And so I've learned some wonderful things about behavior. And so I tell you myself, behavior wealth strategy. And what that means is I want to teach people all things behavior because your behavior does have wealth to it. It has wealth in relationships, it has wealth in finances, it has wealth in all types on your job performance. Your behavior can help you or it can hurt you. Which one is it doing for you? And when I say hurt, I don't want people to think that I mean it has to be like a drastic hurt. It doesn't have to be a drastic hurt, but it literally can hurt you. And what I mean by that, it could delay things, it could put things off. And for me, I wrote a book back in 1994. Do y'all hear me? 1994. Well, that book didn't get published until 2019. It didn't get rewritten until 2018. The mindset shift didn't even start until the beginning of 2018, right? Because my behavior was switching, my behavior was changing. And what happened from that was not just I was blessed with a business and able to get revenue from doing the book. And also, it's a part of my coaching program. So it wasn't just only that. Literally, when I wrote the book, it changed the lives of other people. That's wealth. It changed my perspective and it changed me in my entrepreneurship. That's wealth. It changed so many different things. And so I am your behavior wealth specialist, and my goal is your success. So, if you're on here watching, talk back to me, talk back to me, like and share it with somebody else, let somebody else know that we're on here live. And again, to come on in. I'm only going to be with you a few more minutes. We're 4 minutes in, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. All right. Okay. So the reason why I'm talking about this, because again, I want you to understand that successful people are very self-aware and they're very authentic to themselves, right? And so if you're going to be self-aware, then you got to understand and know who you are, right? God has gifted you with an amazing, amazing ability as a human being. And I want you to understand yours, right? And so I've been talking about the disc and I've been unpacking that because a lot of people are not familiar with it. And so if you're not familiar with it, I need you to do yourself a favor. I tell people this all the time, and I say it this way, and I'm not being cocky at all because it's going to do you a favor. I have a promo for the month of September, and only for the month of September. It cancels at the end of this month. So if you type in that number down there, 810-321-5365, and you have never ever taken the disc assessment, or you really don't understand it for the month of September, because it's my birthday month, y'all, I'm blessing other people. Why? Because I know that God has a blessing in store for you, and he has a blessing in store for me by being a blessing. So if you've never taken the disc assessment and you don't understand it, I will gift you a 5-page report and help you understand it with a complimentary video and a 15-minute discovery call to unpack it, to help you, show you anything else. So reach out. If that's you, I'm gonna leave that scrolling down there. Share this with somebody else, because again, it might bless them. So let's get into this. Now, I'm showing you some colors. I want you to understand and know in the next couple of weeks that the colors I'm going to show you. So don't mind the colors. I'm only showing you the colors because you might see it out there in other places in these colors. But I'm going to show you a whole different set when you talk to me. And so don't mind the color. Just again, mind the information. So yesterday we were talking about your behavior as it relates to you not executing, you not getting things done. Remember, I started off telling you I wrote a book in 1994. Yes, you heard me say that right. 1994. It didn't go to publication until 2019. Do you hear me? And then when it did, success. You know why? Because I executed. Well, the reason why I executed is because I understood my own superpower was stopping me. It wasn't anybody else. It was my own giftedness that was working against me. So if you are a D, let me go first. I'm going to go to the I first, and I'll come back to the D. So the I, that's what I am. Fun, loving, energetic, optimistic. I have really, really high morale. I'm visionary. I'm enthusiastic, right? But here's where my superpower comes against me. I do have a propensity. Now, when I say propensity, I mean some people don't have to do it, but you could have the likelihood of doing it. And so for me, mine was having a disorganized approach, right? So I had all of these things that I wanted to do, and I was starting all these things, but I wasn't completing anything. There was an incompletion, a spirit of incompletion. And I used to get on myself and get so angry with myself, because I'm like, why? Well, that's because as a visionary, I have all of these ideas, and some of them grandiose, right? And because they were so large, I was trying to do pieces of all of them and getting nothing done. Does that sound like you? If that sounds like you, there's nothing wrong with you. You just got to learn how to use your superpower for your own good. Okay. So let me go back to the D. Maybe you're the decisive type, right? Decisive type people, they're very competitive, have a high accountability. God can trust you because you're not going to ask a whole lot of questions. You just going to get it done because you're very confident. You enjoy challenges. You're ambitious. You're a risk taker. And you just have some candor that you just say what you want to say and do, right? Well, sometimes you might not get things executed either, because of the fact that you may not start because it requires you to listen to other people or follow the leader. And you're not really a follow the leader type person unless you get a hold of your superpower, okay? Because you are a leader yourself. And I'm not saying that you have to be in a role of a leader, and you might be struggling if you work on a 9-to-5, or if you even work with a team and you're having problems sometimes following other people. It's because you have such leadership in you. It's natural. Now, everybody has leadership. Don't take that wrong. So if you're an I, you can be a leader. I was. You can be an S and be a leader. You can be a C and be a leader. But you're born leaders. But sometimes you don't like to listen to other people because you have that. You're very confident, right? And it could take you in a place that you don't want to go. So you might not execute because, again, you want to be the one that's helping direct it and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to know, again, how to maneuver around that. All right. You got to know how to maneuver around that. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see a couple people in the comments. I'm sorry, I didn't have the comment page on there. I see them now. Good morning, Rosetta. Good morning, Janie. Good morning, anyone else that's listening out there that you're scared to say you're listening. And so, yeah. So if your I, think about that. It might be your own disorganization of trying to complete things that's stopping you. If you're a D, it might be your own unwillingness to allow somebody else to be able to lead you, right? If you're S, right? And I tell you all the time, I love S's because I'm married to one, right? Very patient. The glue that holds things together. I love talking about that piece of the S. A very calm energy, a team player. Don't like conflict at all, okay? And easy to get along with, right? But sometimes can be indecisive, but very peaceful, right? So people love S's because they're easy, they're loyal, they're faithful, right? But the S might be indecisive on the goal. So they don't move out because they're indecisive on the goal. And so it's like, okay, I just sit here because one of the things about the S's too as well is change don't really they'll do change if they can understand the process of the change, but that takes some time to maneuver around, right? And so if that's you, just understand your superpower. Is it working for your good or is it working against you? And if it's working against you, put some things in place to be able to do that. And so for me, in order to get to execution at a high level, one, running my business that I put off for year after year after year after year, my books that I put off, and I said books, yes, I have 5 authored books now. I went from 0 in 2019 to I have 5 authored books, and I have another book that I just wrote the forward to that is about to come out in the next month or so. Okay, so 6 books literally within, what is that, 3 years? Within 3 years after doing 0. Why? Because I got people, I got processes, and I got systems in place to be able to do it. Okay, so if that's you and you are S and you're patiently sitting on the fence post, get off that fence post. All right, and last but not least, if your superpower and you're a C, you're cautious, okay? You're contemplative. You fear doing things wrong, right? You're very structured, very consistent, systematic, very sensitive. You're a proactive thinker. You think in the details. You love quality control, right? But what will stop you from executing, okay? And there's several things. Today, I'm only just picking back on that one. I told y'all 3 on yesterday. So if you didn't watch yesterday, go back and watch yesterday. I gave 3 for every last one of them, for the D, the I, the S, and the C. Today, I'm just highlighting one of them and then allowing you to see what your superpower side is and then what that kryptonite side is. And so for not executing as the C, you might not execute because you lack direction. All right. And what I mean by lacking direction, you aren't you can see big picture, but you don't live in big picture. You live in the minute details. You're very detail oriented. And so because you're so detail oriented, you can lack the direction because you're so busy looking at the little fine print. Okay. And so you just stay there. So I don't want you to stay there. I don't want you to stay stuck. I don't want you, if you are that D, I don't want you to be stuck in, okay, I got to lead. If you're the I don't want you to be stuck in, you're trying to do 100 things and you have not completed any of them. If you are an S, I don't want you patiently waiting on that fence post for the right timing. If you are a C, I don't want you looking into the details so much that you don't get anything done. Okay. So if any of them sound like you, here's what I want you to understand again. It is costing you when you don't execute. When I didn't execute and do my book, it cost me. It cost me the people that needed to hear that story because you know how many authors I have inspired since I wrote my book? Wow. I can't even tell you how many people say, oh, I got to get my book done. And I can tell you how many people did. Come on my campus, I'll show you some of them. Okay. As well as just this past week, I had somebody reach out to me. It was like, I know I got a book in me and I need to get it done. Right. So you don't know if it's costing you from being able to influence other people. It could be costing you in your relationships. Okay. I was starting so much stuff, doing so much stuff. I'm all over the place. And when I didn't understand and know my superpower, my husband and I have a beautiful relationship. But we have a greater relationship now. You know why? Because we understand each other's superpower. I'm really high I. He's really high S. He moves too slow for me sometimes, and I move too fast for him sometimes, right? Can you imagine the clash if we didn't understand each other and talk to each other? That's behavior wealth. That keeps us out of the divorce court. That keeps us from having an unhappy marriage because we don't even have to get divorced. We can stay in the same house and just be unhappy, right? That's wealth, right? On my job, I learned how to be a better leader when I understood how to use my superpower, right? On the job, I also knew when it was time for me to be valued because of that. So that is wealth. Job performance is very important. As an entrepreneur, I know what my hiccups are in my business and that I need to have a D in my life. I need to have a S in my life, when need to have a C in my life in my business. So it is very, very important. Okay. So I'm not going to go too much into this today because we're going to keep back on tomorrow because I want you to understand your behavior is wealth. Your behavior is wealth, right? So it's either costing you or it's adding to you. And at times it does both, okay? But you got to learn how to counterbalance, all right? And so always be in the moment of, ooh, I realize that over there. This could be kryptonite. But guess what? I'm not going to allow the kryptonite to stop me, to thwart my purpose, what I need to do, my productivity, right? My personal growth. So I just want to say thank you to the people that came in today to listen. I hope this was valuable to you. Please share, please share, please share. Again, I have the text scrolling down at the bottom. I have the text scrolling down at the bottom. And I have that scrolling because I want you to understand. And there is my email, bridgetbrownjackson.com. You can go on there. Literally this month for my birthday, for September, I am blessing people. And after this, I'm not blessing people because what I'm going to give you is worth almost $200. I stopped doing it, but it was laid on my heart for the month of September to personally do some one-on-ones with a few people so that they can up level their life. And if that's you and you are not getting the maximum out of what you want to do, reach out to me. You can inbox me by going to bridgetbrownjackson.com, or you can text at 810-321-5365. I promise you I won't spam you. I'm going to send you a wealth of a lot of information that's going to help you. I don't believe in spamming. I don't like to be spammed. So I'm definitely not going to spam you. My goal is to up level your life because my goal is your success. All right. So we're almost 18 minutes in. I'm going to get out your way right now. If you have questions or anything, you're welcome to DM me. You're welcome to reach out to me, but reach out. Don't stay stuck. I stopped staying stuck when I got people, processes, and systems in my life. And my life has never been the same. God bless you. I love you. I'm out. I'm your girl, Bridget Brown Jackson. I am the Behavior Wealth Specialist. You have a marvelous Transformation Tuesday.